Welcome to this video presentation here at Wimbledon Carriage Company, and here we have the Lexus RX450h on a 68 plate. As you can see, I'm going to start off firstly by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some of the controls on the inside of it. From the outside you can see it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels and tinted windows. We're going to start off inside the boot area of the car first of all. The tailgate on this car will open electronically. You can do that from the key. You can also do it from the tailgate as well. As we approach the back of the car, you'll notice we have reversing sensors. This car's also got a reversing camera, which I'll show you when we run through the controls. You'll notice, of course, plenty of boot space. You can also fold those rear seats down to increase this space further should you wish to. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back around to the front of the car. And then, as I mentioned, we'll hop in and run through some controls from there. Now that we've done a full circle of the vehicle, though, you can see, firstly, the alloy wheels are all in great condition, as is the bodywork the whole way around the car, particularly for the vehicle's age as well. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials first of all. On that far left-hand side, we have the coolant temperature gauge. The next gauge is with regards to the hybrid motor in this vehicle. It will show you whether the battery is charging, you're driving in the kind of eco mode, or using the power for the car. It'll also show you in that section that this vehicle is currently running, and we are currently in electric vehicle mode as well. Obviously being hybrid, it will switch between the two. Over on that far right hand side, we have the fuel gauge and speedometer, and then in the center, the main trip computer, which includes the total miles for this car. They are only 32,186, so very low mileage for the car's age. You can, of course, change the information displayed above that, and you do that using the buttons over on the right hand side of the steering wheel just here. We've got our cruise control underneath that, lane departure warning system just here as well. And on the left hand side, both stereo and phone controls, as you can see. Into the center next, we have the main screen for the vehicle, which is, as you can see, massive. In relation to my hand, you can see just there, really large screen area. There's a number of ways you can control what's up here, either with these physical buttons just here, or with the buttons down the bottom just here. So as you can see, this moves around, and you can move through all of the options on the screen using that. So, you know, for example, we can go to source, where you'll see we got AM, FM, DAB radio, we have a CD player, USB input, Bluetooth audio, and auxiliary input as well. So loads of ways to listen to your music in this car. We've also got satellite navigation, and again, you are free to move around the screen to any of the menus that you want using that pad that I showed you just a second ago. On top of all of that, your full color reversing camera with guidelines show you what direction the car is headed in relation to the image that's shown on the screen. So very easy to park this vehicle. Below that, main volume for the stereo is over here. We have our CD player. You can use this dial to go through various options on the screen as well. So as I say, lots of options when it comes to controls in this car. We have our dual zone climate control, so you can adjust the passenger and the driver temperature. You can increase and decrease the fan speed from here. You can turn your air conditioning on and off, of course. You can put the system into auto. In doing so, the car will take control of the fan speed and direction of the air to maintain those temperatures. Any manual adjustment will override that straight away and allow you to put it back in your own settings. We have a 12-volt charging socket, as you can see. The gear lever for the fully automatic gearbox, and with that out of the way, an electronic handbrake with an auto hold function. We have got heated driver seat with 3 different heat settings, heated passenger seat with 3 different heat settings, and for those summer months, you can also have seat cooling with 3 different levels for both passenger and driver. So really fantastic options when it comes to that. Let's say the gear lever for the fully automatic gearbox, the controls I showed you a moment ago to move around the screen, and a few physical buttons for your satellite navigation and menu system. And then over here, we can change the driving setup of the car. You can force it into EV mode. If there's enough charge, you can turn your traction control off from here as well. The last thing I wanted to mention is the full-size panoramic roof. So firstly, there is a sunblind that you can open up all the way to the back of those rear seats. As you'll see, with that open, that lets in a huge amount of extra light to this cabin area. You can, of course, leave it like that, but if you wish to, this front section will open as a full-size tilting and sliding sunroof as well. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car for yourself and have a test drive, or you'd like a live bespoke video tour of the vehicle, please feel free to give us a call here at Wimbledon Carriage Company. We'd love to hear from you soon.